Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial is going to be all about sparkle. So I did this blue semi-cut crease with a burgundy plum lip. And if you see how I got this look, well, keep watching. So I'm starting off priming my eyelids with the concealer just to make sure there's an even base. So going in my crease with the brown color just for a better transition, just to smooth and blend everything out as we add colors. Next, I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush into a plum color just to add more depth and a more feel to this look. After that, I'm going to go in and just clean up my inner crease. So what I'm going to do next is go back in and clean up the inner lid just for a sharper feel when we add the color. So I'm going to go in and just trace out on the inside of my lid, adding some more of the concealer that we added before. It's going to trace out for a semi-cut crease. Next, I'm going back in with that brown transition color just to blend everything together. Next, I'm going to add some blue shimmery eyeshadow. So I'm going to keep packing that blue on just so I get it to its desired shade that I like. I want it to be as pigmented as possible just to make sure it stands out and gives that blue glitter we're going to put on top that extra pop. Now for the star of the show. I'm going to pack that glitter on in the inner lid. I'm going to keep going all the way until I reach the outer V almost. Just packing that glitter on just to make sure it's I want to make sure I cover it and everywhere I place that blue shadow. I'm just going all the way almost to my outer V, all the way into my inner lid. And you can put as much or as little to your desired effect. And of course, we're gonna add more sparkle because I mean, who can have enough glitter? Yep, we're good. So I went ahead and added my wing liner off camera. Gonna go in and just clean up the transition. Wanna make sure there's no harsh lines there. Next, I'm gonna go in underneath my brow bone. I'm gonna add a lighter shade just to make my brow bone pop. So I'm just going to add some more of that shadow to my brow bone. Also just blending everything together because blending is the key. Adding some mascara before I add my falsies. And soapy. Of course, gotta admire the work, right? Next, I'm going to go ahead and add my primer all over my face just to smooth out any pores and also to control my oil. Adding some color corrector under my eyes just to make sure that everything is even when we apply our foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. Again, blending is the key. I'm going to go ahead and blend out the second eye, making sure that there are no streaks or lines. So blending is always the key. I'm going to make sure there are no harsh lines. Then I'm going to go ahead and take that color corrector and color correct around my mouth. Just making sure there's no discoloration once we apply our foundation. Want to make sure there's an even and a smooth canvas to work with. And the key to this is blending. When you think you can't blend, blend some more. Blend, 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 and keep blending. So I'm just going to blend that out just to make sure once we get to the foundation, everything is smooth. Wetting my brush, I'm going to go ahead and start to stipple that foundation in. This just gives it a more air-like and airbrush finish. After I stipple, I go back in and just blend everything in. just to make sure there are no streaks or harsh lines. And if you guys would like a more in-depth foundation routine, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to work on that for you guys. So I'm just going to buff everything in just to make sure I have no harsh lines. I'm just going to add just a little bit to my forehead. Some areas of your face you don't need as much coverage as others. I'm just going to go ahead and buff that in some more just to make sure everything is smooth. And like I said, blend, blend, blend. When you think you can't blend, blend some more. That is the key to having flawless airbrush-like skin. And I'm just going to continue to blend until I feel like I can't blend anymore. Just making sure I comb through those brows, getting out any foundation that might have gotten in when applying. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add my concealer just to brighten up and add that dimension back to my face that you lose when the foundation is applied. So I'm going to apply that underneath my eyes. I'm also going to apply that to the forehead, the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow as well. I'm just going to make sure that is evenly blended. Don't want any harsh lines. And to blend in my highlight, I'm going to take a stippling brush just because it gives me a little bit more control. I'm going to go ahead and blend out that concealer, bringing it down just to the high points of my cheeks, making sure that everything is blended in very well. Going ahead and blend in the chin, cupid's bow, and we'll go ahead and blend in the bridge of my nose, go back to my under eyes, and then my forehead. And you just want to make sure that everything is evenly blended. So again, there are no harsh lines. Yep, I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and add some powder under my eyes just to set everything in place, just to make sure there is no creasing. I mean, who likes creasing? So I'm going to continue just to set my face everywhere we applied the highlight. We're going to apply that powder just to set it in place so it doesn't move throughout the day. Next, I'm going to go in with my contour powder. Right underneath where we applied the highlight, we're going to go ahead and add the contour just to add that dimension and shape back to our face. We're going to go ahead and contour around the perimeters, under the cheekbones, right below the cheekbones. And then I'm going to take that same powder I set my face with just to clean it up. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish this look by adding a plum liner just on the outside of my lips, just to create a shape and make it more defined, just so I can have my desired look. And for this look, I wanted it to be a little sultry, so I went ahead and did a berry lipstick, and I'm going to add that all over my lip till I get my desired shade. And of course, I couldn't leave you without a dance and a song. I'm going to go back in with that lip liner just to fill it in some. I wanted to deepen the shade, so I figured I'd go back over the lip. And voila, there we go. And there you have my blue sparkle with a plum lip. And I thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, and subscribe. And you can follow me on my Facebook and my Instagram. And the link to all the products are in the description bar. Thanks for watching.